Good morning, everyone. My name is Karen Van Pelt, and I'm honored to be here with you to share a little bit of my story. I was born near here in Redwood City, and have always worked to support myself. I have 3 children, beautiful girls, who are 16, 14, and 2 years old. My girls, they're my world. I never imagined that I would ever be homeless, but 2 years ago, it happened. After a relationship ended, and my mother was diagnosed with cancer, my children and I became homeless. Even though I had a full-time job, I couldn't make ends meet. Thankfully, I was referred to Shelter Network, an organization I have never heard of, but had a long waiting list. Even still, Shelter Network put my daughters and I in a motel to make sure we had a roof over our head and we were safe. Being scared and imagining a warehouse full of cots, I sent my older girls to live with friends, keeping my 6-month-old baby with me. I was working full-time then and was determined to get a new apartment and my family back together as soon as possible. Within a week of arriving at the hotel, space opened up for us at Shelter Network's First Step for Families in San Mateo. When I arrived, I was stunned. It was beautiful, clean. The staff were friendly, understanding, and very supportive. Within a month, I found an apartment I could afford, and with the support from Shelter Network's Housing First program, which provides financial assistance to help move in expenses, I was able to move in. By January 2009, my girls and I were all back together. Our lives were on the right track, or so I thought. In March of last year, I, like many, was laid off from my job. Soon after, my mother, who was my rock and who helped me when she could, lost her battle to cancer and passed away. While devastated, I was determined to succeed. I started working 2 part-time jobs and then decided to go back to school to get a degree and hopefully better our lives even more. Eventually, trying to work 2 jobs, go to school, and take care of my family became too much. And I still wasn't able to make enough to provide for myself and for my girls, not even enough for diapers, food, or electricity. I had to make tough choices daily. Unfortunately, we were soon facing homelessness again. This time, I knew where to turn, to Shelter Network. And I was committed to go through their entire program rather than just staying for a month. And I'm so happy I did. Thankfully, I was accepted back into Shelter Network, and they placed us in a Haven family house in Menlo Park. If you haven't been there, I encourage each and every one of you to visit. Like First Step, the staff and surroundings are wonderful. Within a few weeks of arriving at Haven House, I found another job. Though part-time, there was possibility for it to become full-time. For the next 4 months, my girls and I took full advantage of all the programs Shelter had to offer. I received coaching, endless support from my amazing case manager, Teresa, who is here today. I also participated in life and financial skill workshops, and my older daughters got counseling and participated in the teen group, as well as after-school activities. And while I was working, Aaliyah, my youngest, stayed on the on-site child care center, which is designed to help children overcome the trauma of homelessness. The Haven Family House truly became our home away from home. I am pleased to say that just recently, my position at work was made full-time, and my girls and I were able to find and move into a new place to call our own. This time, we have a more solid foundation. I am currently participating in Shelter Network's follow-up program and look forward to being an active member of their alumni group. But when the time is, I'm also planning on going back to school and getting my degree, but when the time is right. Shelter Network also has a program that provides scholarships to career track training programs. Looking back over the past 2 years fills me with many emotions, some bad, but most good. Today, I am so grateful for all I have, and I know in my heart where I am today would not have been possible without Shelter Network, the staff, the volunteers, and the people like many of you who support the organization financially. So behalf of the 4,300 men, women, and children that Shelter Network has helped this past year, thank you, thank you, thank you. These are my girls.